we're gonna start with, meeting to order here, we're gonna start with a roll call, starting with Jill,
Jill Baker.
Diego Arias.
Tony Rivera,
Rob Curry.
Ann Victoria.
okay?
Manager Ron Trout.
Alberto? All right, we got 8 members on board here, so we have a quorum for the board. Let's start with, approval of the minutes of the 3/31/26, so let's take a few minutes. I know some of you guys have received the minutes already, but take a few minutes right now to just review. If anything out there that you guys may see need to be dictated or, fixed, let's do it do it right now.
Read this over, I'll make a motion to accept the meeting, the minutes for the March 31st, 2026.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Does everybody still need a minute still to review still, before we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a second on the floor, all in favor? Aye. Regado?
Aye.
Okay, anybody opposed? Motion carries, 8-0. Minutes approved. All right, item number 4, report of the.
Well, I
We
have
have
another
one
thing,
more.
we have, 3D, I guess.
What's that?
I'd like to make a motion to ratify the actions at the emergency closed board meeting that was on June the 30th, 2026 with the Association Legal Counsel.
All right,
I made that motion.
we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Alberto?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. 35, the meeting. Sorry about that. All right, we're gonna go to the reports of the county roads. Ron, you wanna take the floor on this here?
Yes, thank you, sir. At the last meeting, Tony had introduced the findings of his meeting and discussions with the county about a program that the county has come up with to allow homeowners on their own to contact the county, contact a contractor, and get reimbursed by the county for approved permitted sidewalk repair. Because we have so many, it has been my intention, we've got a few things on the table to get off of, but I am suggesting that management contact the homeowners that are fronting the bad sidewalks, and on their behalf, get the paperwork done, work with the homeowner, because there are so many. I think the best thing to do is go to the county with a consolidated mass of people, because we have 250 bad sidewalks. So to have 250 people do all that work individually, I think would be too difficult for the homeowner. So I think as an association, we certainly can step in, we'll do it legally, we'll get ahold of the county, we'll get a preferred contractor to bid on all those, and we'll present the big thing to the county, that's the plan. And try to get that reimbursed to the homeowner, so that's the plan there.
Ron, is there an expiration?
It's coming up soon, so I have to hustle up a little bit, yes, sir. The expiration depends on how much funds they have. I'm sure they've underfunded the project, they have no clue
Yes.
how many bad sidewalks they have.
Just to add a little bit to what Ron is initiating as well too. Like I said, we have been very proactive with the county. They have been also very proactive also with us as well too. They have seen the needs of the projects here. So I'm working very hard with one of the engineers, Mr. Patrick Maury. Mr. Maury basically is also engaging with us in every aspect possible. I did mention to him also that that's what the association was actually leading toward, to basically have somebody with the association to work directly with the homeowners and basically give them a peace of mind on how to address this project. Do understand that we have a lot of residents out there, they may not understand or probably have issues with the website, things like that. So I think by us providing a service to them also, I think it will also be leverage, making the association a little more safer as well too also. The money that is being adapted to that is basically money that is for taxpayers, and that's basically every year they put the money out there. The program has been around for 3 years now. The work load is very heavy on them. They don't have enough contractors to come around and help out, so I think this way, we're gonna be able to at least engage, we're trying to get as many showers as we can, as we go ahead and throw some, repairs out there for them as well too also, so. I'm excited with the program also, I think we need to, definitely take advantage of this program also, and hopefully, with that said, we could basically make our community a little more safer as well too. On the Belfield, project, we do basically got a work order in place also for Belfield. I guess last meeting, we had some residents that had a big concern on Belfield. I believe it's a sidewalk, it basically, it disconnected. The county has put a work order in place, they're gonna come out, they're gonna review the whole project, and for them to decide if that's what they're gonna, take it upon and, basically connect the two sidewalks together. There's gonna be some work involved on that too, but the work is already in progress already. For those people that actually live in Belfield, and you want to know and understand the process of the sidewalk, is on the way now, folks. So, they'll be coming around soon, so hopefully you guys will see the guy out there majoring the sidewalks and everything else for that. Does it gonna happen? I don't have the answer for that, the county makes will make that final decision on that, okay? On the finding, okay? Thank you for that. Thank you, Ron, for that update. The bingo, I wanna recognize two individuals, I mean, they really have gone out of the way. Dennis Baker in the back, and also Joe Baker. These two individuals have basically superb our seniors, people that have come to the bingo. Listen, we have a madhouse of people that have come out. I'm not gonna basically take all that, but I'm gonna let Jill address all of us and basically tell her exactly all the success that she has had. We have people calling, letting us know, thank you so much. Don't thank me, let's thank her, okay? So Jill, we thank you for everything. Please elaborate in your many success.
I'll keep it as brief as I can. We're just finished our 20th week of bingo. I have, once a month I do a theme. We've had Easter, we've had St. Patrick's Day, we had 4th of July, we even had a luau. And recently we did the 205th birthday. And this place, we had almost 60 people here. We did hot dogs, we just go out. I have a lot of people that are helpful. They don't have a problem bringing things. But anyway, as far as what's being taken in, now Dennis and I don't get paid for this, we're volunteers. The people come in, it's $5 a card, you know that from the sheets or the banners. In the 20 weeks, taking in, $5,515, that's been given right back out at each night. We take the monies in and we put it in envelopes. We have 7 games that we play in a coverall. So we do 7 games and then we have the coverall. So to me, in 20 weeks, that's insane. We also went from starting off with about 20 people, 26 people the first night. And like I said, just the last Thursday night, we had 58 people. So it's double, triple, it gets better and better every week. I did ask them if they wanted to slow it down during the summer, do it twice a month, once a month, not do it at all, and they said, no, we want it every week. And everybody raised their hand, so we're gonna be here all during the summer. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. We have fun. We seriously have fun. They know when they come in, if they're serious bingo players, they might as well just go down Dale Mabry and find a bingo salon, because we have a good time. And my bingo players are here, some of them. Dolores, and John loves when we have a theme. Thanks, John. So, we're hoping to get a little bit more in the budget,
Well, once again, we would definitely, Jill, definitely, we thank you so much for all your hard work. I know your husband also is very involved too. Dennis, thank you so much for all your efforts and your work. Enjoy it.
very successful.
Yeah.
So really quick, I know you were asking for an increase on the budget. We're gonna give it, I don't know if $150 would be enough per month?
Perfect.
Is that enough for you?
It'll work for now. If it increases, I might have to come back and say,
Or is that $100?
yeah.
We are 125 right now.
I thought it was 150. We
No,
are.
wasn't it one?
I thought it
120.
was 100 according to the minutes of the last meeting, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's 1,200 for the year.
So 150?
So we can give you 150 for, and if you need more, just let us know.
Okay,
I
awesome.
think let's make a motion for that, so
Yeah, I'll
we
make a
rectify
motion
that.
to, give you a budget.
So we have a second to allow, to increase from 100 to 150 for the bingo event for you.
Thank you.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in
Thank
favor?
you.
Aye. All right, motion carried, with one abstain,
Yay, Dennis.
7-0. So one abstain, that was you, so motion carried, Ron.
Yeah, thank you. It's working.
All right, go ahead, Ron, you got scoring up with the June
Right, sir.
update manager.
We have compiled a fairly full listing of dilapidated and inoperative Spectrum and Frontier pedestals. These are the green pedestals along Plantation Boulevard in subdivisions around the park. They're about this tall, stand up like that. Some of them have, the covers have been removed, they're exposed wires, they're obsolete, they haven't been used. We've been trying for a long time to have them removed. I was able to work with both Spectrum and Frontier, and they have agreed to remove those and fix them and all of that. So I'm sending that list to them and requiring them to come out, their engineering department, so we'll get that going as soon as we can to improve the looks of the community around the boulevard. I would also ask that the board confirm the approval of Azzarelli Asphalt as the contractor to repair the walkways and pathways. We obtained 3 bids. Landmark Paving was $68,065. ACPLM was $67,415, and Azzarelli was $34,500. So obviously as a low bidder, they were selected, and they're starting work this week. And long overdue replacement of bowed up asphalt paths, the ones that were destroyed by the hurricane a couple of years ago. So I would ask the board to approve Azzarelli's bid.
I'll make a motion to approve the Azzarelli tree and plants.
We have a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed?
And 2 final items.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Opposed?
Oh,
None? Motion carries,
thank
8-0. Thank you, go ahead.
2 more items on the manager's report. We continue to suffer beetle infestation of pines, so we have to take some of those down. A lot of these are around the lake, so we are continually doing those. We're bidding those out, and the best price, we're getting those out. And we also have a couple of oak trees. When we see these trees decaying and we start cutting them down, we find out that they're really rotten on the inside. So because of the age of the community and the trees that were planted or here when the dairy was here, these trees have pretty much reached the end of their life. So we're gonna continue to have this program, and we're gonna have to up the budget a little bit next year because there are so many trees. We are replacing tree for tree or more. Right now, we're careful because of the watering restriction, but we have replaced 3 or 4 oaks and we'll continue to replace. So there's no degradation in trees, they'll just be smaller trees, and when we come back to a meeting in 30 years, they'll be bigger. Finally, a new item on the agenda, which has been added, is the coyote situation. Our compliance team, Antonio, did communicate to all the different agencies that we thought would be involved with coyotes. Animal control, they're not. Wildlife, they're not. It's a unique situation. We did receive a lot of information, pamphlets and all about coyotes, and that has been posted on the website. So homeowners are encouraged to go on the website. You have to go through the portal and have access to the information. Basically speaking, they are not attacking human beings. They are wildlife, they're around everywhere, they're throughout the Tampa Bay area. They roam in small groups, they're very thin, they're different than a dog. They will attack cats and they will take small animals, so you're asked to get away from them. But the main thing about them is that they will go away if you make a lot of noise. If you clap your hands, yell at them, blow a whistle or something like that. So they're not known to be coming up to humans, they are shy. However, we do have one or two that have been witnessed in the park area that kind of saunter around. We know where he stays. We have a trapper coming to assess the situation. The trapper is on our dime. It's not done by any public agency. We have to do it ourselves, and I'm sure the cost of removal of, if we catch him, is well worth the peace of mind of the residents that are out there. But people are to stay away. If they come up to you, clap your hands. But Antonio, you hear there's about 3 of them that we know.
Right now, my confirm is two. Two.
And one of them looks like he's being bullied because he stays away from the others and he's very thin, so. And that happens in humans and happens in animal worlds too, so. I wanted to let everybody know that we are working on it, and, if you want any information, go on the website and get that there. And that concludes the manager's report.
Thank you, Ron, for that information you're giving us, and allow us for the all information the residents as well too. On the agricultural committee, Belfield, opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and table this item. I know Gary has been working very, endless with this project. I know there's a committee also involved also from Belfield also. We're still trying to get some information still. So I'm gonna basically table this after the annual meeting to go basically put everything in perspective and then basically revisit everything that has been put at the table and make an accurate decision moving forward. So, but that's it, the item has been tabled for the next time, after the annual meeting, okay? Thank you. New business, board resignation, at this point, we may ask Mr. Rob Corey to step down from his position as the secretary of the board.
I think all we have to do is, make a motion that
Yes.
Reggie Lewis be appointed secretary to replace Rob, correct?
Yeah, we can do that right now, first you have to step down first.
Oh.
Yeah, so Rob, will you please?
Yep, step down from current secretary of the board.
All right.
Excuse me,
That's
Tony.
it?
Tony, excuse me.
And then I'll make a motion that, or, you want me to wait or what?
Yeah.
It's important that you follow their documents on this.
So, you have a motion on?
Yes, I have a motion on the floor.
Okay.
I make a motion that Reggie Lewis be appointed secretary to replace Robert Curran.
All right, for the coming election year too. All right, do we have Mr. Reggie Lewis on the floor here? Reggie Lewis, are you here?
Reggie.
Mr. Reggie Lewis, will you accept the position as the secretary? You do? All right. Mr. Reggie accepted.
There's a second.
Do we have a second on the motion? Who wants to make a second motion? All right, Joe seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, abstain?
Yep.
Abstain, Delgado?
Aye.
All right. Motion carried with 1 abstain. 7-0. All right, we're gonna go ahead and adopt the establishment for the upcoming meeting, for the annual meeting. Right now is appointed for August the 19th. Is everybody okay with that date? August 19th?
Oh, I could be right back.
Is everybody okay with August the 19th for the annual meeting?
Yes.
2026, everybody's okay with that? For that day? All right,
Is there a motion for this?
so do we like to make a motion? Who make the motion? Who got a second on this item?
I can make a motion for the annual, the annual members meeting for Wednesday, August 19th, 2026 at 7:30.
I believe 7 o'clock.
So 7 o'clock?
7
Okay,
o'clock.
I'm sorry, I apologize. So that'll
All right.
be Wednesday,
So-
August 19th, 2026 at 7 p.m.
So we do have a second, a motion, and we have a second. Jill, Ann, I'm sorry, Ann. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right, motion carries, 0. So Ron, make sure that April the 19th is our official date.
Yes, sir.
Approved by the board. Alright, at this time, we need to appoint a supervisor of election. That is gonna fall back on Rob Corey. Rob, would you like to be the appointed supervisor to oversee the whole process of the election?
Yeah, accept that.
Alright, I can make a motion for that, and I can make a motion in a second for Rob to accept.
I'll make a motion to appoint Robert Curry as the election supervisor for the.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, motion carried, with one abstain, 7-0.
Rob, did you abstain from that, or?
I did.
Yes, yes. Alright, we're gonna go and, vote to suspend the voting rights of owners behind or delinquent 90 days. That's something that has been in place now for quite some time. So we pretty much, you guys do wanna adapt to that, you guys wanna change that, or you wanna stick to that? Stick to it? Alright, so with that said, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to suspend voting rights for owners over 90 days delinquent.
Okay, so we have a second?
I'll second it.
Alright, all in favor? Alright, my motion carries. 8-0. Thank you, Wendy, for that. Okay.
Is there anyone else that would wanna be considered for the nominating committee that hasn't signed this?
Okay.
Anyone? Sure. No one else? I've got Sharon Eber, John Altman, Ed Cronin, and Cynthia Swarth. Did you sign in?
I think Edmund.
You did? No. Did you
Gotta
want?
find Tony's friends, make sure they get on there.
The board now is going to consider names for nominations of next year's appointment to next year's nominating committee. So if anyone else will be included in that. Anyone else?
Alright, we're gonna go ahead. You wanna wait for Ann Victoria? She actually stepped up for a minute.
Well, I gather there's 2 names that aren't us.
Review that, take a look at them, take a look. Alberto. Delgado.
Yes, sir.
Then I'm gonna give you the names of the people that have signed to be considered for the nominating committee. Sharon Ebert, John Alman, Ed Cronin, Cindy Suarez, and Angel Hernandez. Hello? Hello? Hey, Randy, this is Jackie. She said she's having to do a knee problem, so she put it down on the list.
Yeah.
Jackie?
Oh, of course.
What's your last name?
Jackie, what's your last name?
Clark.
Hello?
Yeah.
Just got us the papers and we'll put our
Yeah.
Cause you just happened to know that we were doing it right now.
Jackie?
You guys get the people you want?
Yeah, Alright, we're gonna go ahead and try to get this rolling. Everybody see the names and everything?
The chairperson will be a board member, so.
Yes. Yep. Yep, we're gonna start with that one first. Alright, this time, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get started, folks here. Make sure you guys write down. First, we're gonna basically start. Brandy is, our chairperson. She's been our chairperson, and now I need to appoint somebody else to be our chairperson for the 2020 election committee. So far, Deary, you have been in the committee before. Rob has served before. You have Rob, she's running. So at this time, basically, Alberto Delgado, would you like, be considered to be the chairperson for the, nominating committee? Alberto Delgado?
Yes, that would be an honor for me.
Okay, alright, so, does anybody else would like to be considered also? Gio cannot do it because she's running.
And then we'll
No.
run, I'm running it next year.
You're running as well too, yeah, okay. So that basically leaves Alberto Delgado, thank you. Dennis also is running as well too, that leaves only Delgado, thank you for stepping in to be our chairperson on that too, okay? So, we appreciate that information.
And we have to choose two people from the list and then a third alternative.
Yes.
Just in case.
Can I see the list again?
So we're gonna start with you here, Gio, you write down who you want, then pass that to the next person, and then pass your paper forward, okay? Thank you.
So we gotta choose two and the alternative?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So 1 and 2, and then the third one.
So Cynthia, this other guy, and Jackie.
And then the alternative, which I think maybe.
For those people in the audience that understand what's going on, basically, what we are basically doing right now is, we are basically, trying to elect three candidates with one to be an alternative. Those people will be actually serving on for the nominating committee. That's something that has been established, way back when this was basically started. That's basically an item that is basically followed by the bylaws of the HOA. So that's something that we have to be done, moving forward. There was an election process that was challenged, by some members, and therefore, we ended up basically, in order to basically follow the bylaws. Back in the days, we would actually, allow every single person that would like to be considered to be on the board. Those person will submit their names, and that person will actually be, they'll be actually eligible to, as long as they're actually, to do with assessment and everything else, they will be actually allowed to be on the ballot. In this case, because of the election process that took place, it was actually challenged by some residents. This is what we're doing right now, we're basically, we're actually taking a nominating committee right now. So basically, for them to basically select the candidates for the upcoming election. So that's what we're doing right now, folks.
Yeah, okay.
Brad, do you wanna read them? All right, tally them. Thank you. And, the way it works, folks, every year, basically, these members will actually, come together, once a year, probably around June or July, after the people submit the application to be considered for the board. The information goes to the committee, chairperson reviews them with the attorney. The attorney basically takes the upper hand to make sure that everything is basically done by the statute, by the bylaws and everything else, to make sure everything is done accurate based on the bylaws or assigned by the HOA, okay? So once a year, that basically takes in effect.
Well, we wait for the vote to be read. I just have a question for item D, number 4. For the table that you need additional information. Item number 4, letter D. Tony tabled the report.
Yes.
What additional information do you need?
That's one that is being addressed, there's some issues on the table, still with the table, the item is closed into further notice. It's closed into further notice, ma'am. Yeah.
And I wanted to know if there is like a time frame that we need to make a decision on an item, because this item has been.
By September, the next meeting.
I'm sorry?
By September. But after that, your meeting's gonna happen again. That's gonna be open again.
Can we get, an email for the information that you need?
The email? No, it's gonna be a board, it's for the board, no, it's for the whole board. Decision, for the whole.
Yeah, cause
for the-
we had the reports, there was a lot of work done, so I think it's, I just don't understand why it's.
When the item is tabled, it's basically tabled.
I understand
We're
what
gonna
it means.
discuss, no
I
more
just
discussion.
don't understand the
I
reason
understand.
why.
It's been tabled.
He said more information, but the reports have already been submitted.
There's still things you're pending still.
I think we were talking about doors and things
Yeah,
like that.
there's more stuff still out there, still not being clarified yet, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, are
Okay,
we ready
go ahead,
for this?
let's go.
Okay, so I have the votes tallied, we have Edwin has
Excuse me, can you mention, the chairperson first? to
Oh,
make
yeah, I
sure he's
apologize.
accurate?
The chairman will be,
Alberto Delgado.
Alberto Delgado. Is the chair. We have one vote for Edwin, one vote for Sharon Hubert, one vote for Bill Smith. We have 6 votes for Cindy, 5 votes for Angel, 7 votes for Jackie. So prevailing will be Jackie, Cindy, and Angel as a backup. In accordance
Could
with
have
the
told
numbers.
you before they voted.
Let me, we still gotta wait for Delgado also, to submit his
Oh,
papers.
yeah, I don't have his.
Alberto, can you, text the information? Alberto? Text it to, you can text it to Brandy.
Oh, maybe it was Ed Cronin.
Ed Cronin.
Yeah.
Okay, we text it to Brandy? Can I give you a number to text it?
Yeah.
All right.
Or you want to text it?
Huh? No. Yeah, text it.
No, my phone?
Yeah.
It went.
No, no. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you, and then you can text it, okay? To make it official, okay?
You're gonna send it via message?
Yeah, right now. On the phone right now.
Okay, okay,
And
I
then
will
you-
respond.
Okay.
Yeah, I know there's, that's why I have. I don't know, who is Bill Smith?
Okay, it's on the way. Send it to Randy so you can make it official, you also, sir. Yeah. And Ron, can you make sure that, the item that we are reflecting right now is, in the minutes, to make sure that the resident understand the process of what we're actually doing tonight? So when the minute, when people adopt the minute, they know exactly what is the process, how the nominating, how the nominating committee has been adopted, and how the process basically works on that, please.
Okay.
So there's no confusion whatsoever out there, so people understand everything that we are doing actually is by following the bylaws of the HOA.
Already sent it, please confirm that it was received.
I received one name.
You, can you elect another two more people?
I received one name.
You only got one pick one person, you do two more? Or you wanna stick to one?
Yeah, good, sorry about that.
Stick to one,
6 to 1.
yeah. All right. All right.
I think it's the Bill Smith one.
Ron, please confirm.
Confirm. I got,
Okay,
I got,
you got it,
yep,
okay.
got it, thank you.
Well, I don't need it, I can't need it.
Yeah.
That's-
And then, it's been a long day, so then we have.
I don't have Alberto's county.
I have it here.
What do you, no.
Alright, so the revised information will be, Jackie has 8, Angel has 6, Cindy has 7, Bill Smith has 1, Sharon has 1, and Ed Cronin has 1.
Okay. All right, folks, There it is, so for the 2000, run if you can, for the 2027 election nominating committee, you will serve, will be served as follows. Victor Delgado will be our chairperson, followed by Jackie Clark, and then followed by Cindy Suarez. And the alternate will be Angel Hernandez, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Official, documentation for the HOA, move forward. If I'm not mistaken, I think we did, we already accepted, we made a motion for Delgado, right?
Yes,
We good with that?
yes.
Okay, the motion carries, okay. The chairperson, okay? All right, folks?
And then the last thing I think we
Yeah.
have as other is just a review of the nominating committee. We had a meeting yesterday. According to our bylaws, there's 3 seats that are open for vacancy. There were 5 nominees. We selected 3 of the 5 nominees to be placed on the ballot, which are Jill Baker and Victoria and Dennis Regano. Like every other year, everyone's welcome to a write-in, so if they wish to be on, the ballot, they're more than welcome to write their names in, and, they can be selected that way.
On the floor.
On the floor, yes, nominating, yes. That's just my little review of yesterday's nominating committee meeting.
Thank you, Brandy, for all your work, appreciate it. Alright, can we get, members that are gonna be addressing the board, please make sure that you guys got 3 minutes to address the board, and, board members, and make sure that we do not engage with the members, allow them to have the 3 minutes, and then from there, we're basically to make sure that everybody have the 3 minutes with any type of interruption moving forward, okay? First person on the, addressing the board here is Sharon Ebert.
I wanna know if the, reserve has been started yet? The reserve study? I guess I won't get an answer. Also, the, financial report still shows that, the audit shows that $281,025 still has not been repaid to the reserve, money that was taken out of reserve for the operation funds. Also, on the financial report for May, there is a windfall of $582 and $5,082,373 for telecommunications income that wasn't on the budget. Don't know what that's for. There's also 46 items on the financial report where the budget amount is different from the budget that was approved. So I don't know whether numbers are being thrown into a hat and put on the financial report, but the numbers do not coincide with the budget that was approved. So I don't know whether another meeting was held and you guys approved a different budget than what we all sat here and saw you approve, but the numbers don't match. And it would have been nice if we had gotten a notice that the audit was put online. I had to look for it. But the audit is online, so if anybody wants to see it, you can look at the audit for the year of 2025. I guess that's about it. And apparently the board doesn't check their financial reports, or they would see that the numbers don't match what they approved.
Thank you, Sharon. John Alman, you have the floor, sir.
I was wondering, what's happening with Mr. Acevedo and the fines that he's incurring because of his, lack of failing to get his, approvals for the enhancements that he made to his house. I mean, it was a big to-do at the last meeting. I haven't heard one word about it today. Secondly, maybe we could have a financial meeting, maybe some that we can get everything explained to us. That would be nice. We haven't had a meeting like that in a long time. And thirdly, again, I'm gonna call for the resignation of Brandy Bailey. So,
All right, thank you, John. Ed Cronin?
Yes, a few questions on the budget, on the items on the agenda. For the roads and sidewalk repairs, do you know if that fund is in jeopardy if the property tax amendment passes? Is it coming out of general funds or some special fund that's not touched by property taxes? I'd be good to look into that and see if that's something to be concerned about in terms of our future plans. And then as far as the directions that we received regarding the nominating committee, that's actually not true, not quite true what Tony said. The truth is that every single year, the nominating committee chair has told the nominating committee that there'll only be nominated a number of people who are on the ballot or who are gonna resign. So if there's 3 vacancies and 2 are gonna resign, they said, okay, 5 people can be on the ballot. They've done this every single year. It's not a matter of the court somehow told you to only select 3 people for 3 vacancies. That's something the board, that the nominating committee chair has done every single year, taking away democracy and choice from us homeowners. We got no choice in this election. This is no democracy. I also hope next year you're able to take into consideration or 5 people who were nominated, 5 people who met the qualifications in the statute, and at Brandy's direction, they only selected the 3 incumbent board members to be renominated. Nobody else is on that ballot. You guys can take a vote and say, we're gonna put everybody on the ballot. We'll put 3 as the nominees from the nominating committee. We'll put the 2 others who submitted their name on time. That's democracy. What you're doing is democracy. And that's how, frankly, dear, that's how your thing isn't being considered. Because you've empowered somebody with so much power with no accountability, then you have something very important you put a lot, as I mentioned, architectural committee, it gets tabled with no explanation. Just a blank stare when you ask for reports. And has the board approved a modification of the contract with the nonprofit youth organization that uses our clubhouse for purposes that aren't authorized in their contract? There's a fine gentleman who just accepted the position of secretary. I hope you're not gonna put him in the position of doing something which is illegal by using these rooms for election purposes, proxy harvesting, which is in violation of the contract that you guys have with the youth organization. It's a charity organization used for charity events for soccer purposes only. I'll be glad to hand you all a copy of the contracts that you guys all signed. That's an illegal use of this property. I hope you're not gonna put Reggie in that position of doing something illegal just because that's what Tony asked you to do. A guy who doesn't know the law, obviously. So, I guess the question, how many losses in court is it gonna take for you guys to finally realize you really shouldn't be following the lead of somebody who claims to know the law and claims to know what court actions are, and yet continually loses in court? That's a disgrace for this board, it's a disgrace for democracy, it's a disgrace for accountability, and it's a disgrace for homeowners. We need people who represent us, not you guys renominating yourselves every single year.
Michael, McCain?
McMahon,
I'm sorry.
yes, I live at 4832 Grove Point. In 2024, a limb from my neighbor's tree put a hole in my roof. And since I am on Social Security, was able to obtain in 2024 from a program state of Florida had to help low-income people put a new roof on. And we hurried up and did it, but unfortunately, I didn't know that green was not an acceptable color on the roof. And it'd be great hardship if we had to do something. I'd just appreciate if I could have a variance on that.
What's your address?
4832 Grove Point.
You say your roof is green, painted green, or you're installing green roof?
Green roof.
That's what they're putting in?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you get approved through ACC? Good. approved before through ACC?
You submitted a form to have your roof installed.
Yeah,
You did?
I'm not aware my wife handled that, so I don't know what.
Okay, what you did, okay. Ron, can you review that,
We'll pull the file, yes, sir.
just pull it out and take a look at it and see what can we do?
Yeah,
on the board
because
and see?
at that time, the state of Florida paid, 85% of the new roof.
Okay, so actually your insurance company basically install.
Right.
I understand the county approval, but, okay, all right. Okay.
Alright.
We're gonna go ahead and basically review your file, sir.
Okay,
We'll
thank
bring it up,
you.
we'll bring it up to the board.
Yeah.
And see what can we do about that, based on what's been submitted to your wife, and then we have a better understanding the process that took place on that.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Anything else you wanna add, sir? You still got 1 minute. You still got 1 minute still, you got 1 minute still. You good? Okay. Kathy, good? Got the floor?
Hi. I just wanted to tell you all, I know what a hard job you all have serving on the board. This is not, a lot of tough decisions and whatnot you have to make, but the issue that I have is that we have governing documents that you have to follow and statutes that you have to follow. And year after year, the members elect the board and the board elects their officers. Yet that doesn't change. That's the way it has to be. And year after year, you're electing Mr. Lewis to be secretary. He's not a homeowner. He can't be on the board. He can't be a director. But you keep doing that, and I think, I know you're all smarter than that, and it's easier to run an organization when you follow these guidelines, then you don't get into trouble. So, you know, I don't know why you keep doing it, because he has no voting credentials. He can't vote on proxies. You know, it used to be when the organization was organized, the developer had non-members on the board. But when the organization was turned over to the homeowners are the ones who organize, who are on the board, who are the officers, who do the work of the association. So, I know it's a hard issue for you all sometimes to deal with, but unless you do it the correct way, then the DBPR gets involved in it, and Lord knows we don't wanna go down that road. So, think real hard about what you're doing here, and how you treat the association, because, you know, this is where we all live. And we wanna make it it's a nice place to live. And, pat yourselves on the back for doing what you do. I know you do a lot of good work, but there are still things that need to be done, and you need to listen to the community members and try to smooth over these hard feelings that I see coming out every which way. You know, there's no reason for that at all. You know, we're all good people, you're all good people. So try a little harder, we'll try a little harder. Everybody can get along a little bit better and make everything just a little bit nicer. Okay?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Daniel Ibarra? Ibra?
Yes, sir.
Ibra.
Thank you. My name is Daniel. I live at 1037 Fernbrook address. A few months back, I committed a violation. I changed the fence got the materials here of the fence. It's a galvanized steel fence. I brought some photos of it so you guys can see it.
Can I see it?
Yes, because we had a fence that was damaged in the storm, and I just can't afford to put a vinyl fence. So I found this thing online from this company that makes them.
It's white?
This white steel fence. This is who makes them. I'm not sure this is something that can be added to the community, so people that can't afford the vinyl fence and has a damaged wood fence can tilt to that, fence. I didn't know that I needed a ACC approval for that. I kind of read in the lines that you guys have in the community towards fences. It doesn't say anything about metal. the only thing I kinda saw was like stockade fences were not allowed. I've seen other small like metal fences in the community, maybe those were like grandfather in from back in the days. I'm just not trying to get the same like treatment as them, just seeing if that's a fence that can maybe stay where it's at, you know, it's white, doesn't have any weird shapes. Complements the whole, you know, area. More like a lot of people walk like in front of the fence and I'm outside and I've never get a bad eye.
What do they call it? Like the type?
It's a steel, I mean, I brought out all of the information in there, and another reason that I'm using that material, it's because of the way that our fence is in the backyard and the way that the sidewalk is built, it's higher than my fence. So every time that it floods, I'm sure you can see in the photo, I have to build like an actual underground drainage, because every time it rains, floods the backyard. Me, my neighbor, first thing that he told me is like, man, you better do something like an underground, which he did. And that's kind of where I got that idea from him, and to seeing if that's something that can stay, because don't have the money to put a vinyl fence. I still have some parts of the other wood fence. If you guys want me to put the wood fence back, I mean, I'd be more than happy to put it back, but.
Let's take a look at it.
Thank you.
How long has it been?
I got it last month. I submitted an ACC approval as soon as I got the letter from you guys saying that it needed to be removed, and it got denied. So I came back and told them to come to the hearing today to see if it's something that address will just.
What's your address?
10327 Fernbrook Lane. That's on Pond 2.
So you're proposing to consider metal fence in the future, correct?
If this is something that you guys consider, the company that allows it literally states that it's part of something that the HOAs are kind of, you know, putting into their rules and stuff. Just because not a lot of, you know, a vinyl fence was going to cost me $3,000. That fence was literally $1,500. Kind of like half of it, you know, resist winds, hurricanes. And if, you know, if it's something that, you know, somebody wants to put another wood fence, which, I mean, you know, where we live, it's always gonna rain, it's always gonna flood. You know, 2 years ago, I got, you know, a lot of areas in Plantation flooded. So I'm not sure if this is something you guys would reconsider. It doesn't, again, obstruct the view. It looks really nice. It's white. It's not like painted steel color, it's just white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just along the back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but it faces the community though.
circle,
It faces
yeah.
the community, so I'm sure that's why you guys saw it in there. It faces the whole sidewalk.
Well,
There's a sidewalk in there, and it's right next to a vinyl and
come by from line ball, you take a right, right?
from the other entrance. As you're
Yeah.
coming in from the other
Yeah.
entrance, you make a right, it's literally onto.
So just to give a little bit of a background for both cases that were presented today, what we see is that they get basically the letter saying that you're in violation, and then the residents get notified, and then they get educated on what's right. This is why it's so important, before you put money down for any project, that you are educated, come to the office, see what's allowed, because it is a deed restricted community, so you don't waste your investment.
Sure.
We're not trying to be, you know,
I understand,
our
and
people.
wouldn't you agree that maybe posting more information on the website for the homeowners to read? They could kind of inform
The
them.
books are there, yes.
Because I mean, if you don't allow something, I will put it for people to know, like metal fences not allowed.
We
It
do
just
say
says
that
stockade
wood or vinyl.
fence not allowed, it says like metal's up for approval. So, and over in there, I saw metal fences not allowed. I've seen metal fences in the community, the
Yeah.
shorter ones, but maybe those face the lake, so maybe those are permitted, or they were
So,
grandfathered in. I'm
The
not sure.
guidelines will give you what's proper, and if you have something outside of that, then you can request it before making, like I said, before making a big investment, because we understand that's a lot of money, just like the roof.
Hmm?
You know
No,
what I mean?
I completely
So-
understand.
But it's definitely a possibility to look for, you know, if it's something that,
I've never seen it like that before.
They just
like
came
this?
out to the market
I've
in
never,
person.
I've never seen,
The sign?
metal, like, yeah, I've always seen
the chain, really? Yeah, but it's great to use the book. This is something that we try to educate people as much as possible, so you don't lose your investment.
I was gonna ask, did they give you like a lifespan of the
Yeah.
metal?
It's under warranty for 3 years.
For 2 years?
3
3 years.
3 years. The person that
That's not what
put
you
the
asked.
fence on for me, the company, told me in 3 years something happens, you come back and
Jendo, let's do this. We're gonna go ahead and,
Let's table
bring it back to
that.
the board
thank you.
and see what we,
Appreciate it.
Can we
Can
keep
we-
this?
Yes, I brought that up for you guys, so you can
Like I said,
review
that's
it,
something-
they have different heights,
Yeah.
different materials, different colors.
something that we could probably also adapt for the future also, just like the vinyl fencing. We have a resident here, it's listen, how can we go and try to change some of the image of the association by putting new vinyl fencing? If you look around the whole association, 90% of the fencing right now is all vinyl.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that was one resident that went out there, basically was able to get signatures, right to the board, and we were able to engage, okay?
What?
Maybe you just started, or probably something new also, okay? I understand that probably the metal is gonna last longer. I know we got residents here that get upset because when our own staff go cut grass, they make holes, and then we have to basically pay for those things. That's something that I think the board needs to reconsider also
Yes, sir.
in the future. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. There's an HC committee, we'll evaluate it, and then we'll, with the board, see how can we work with you on it,
That
okay?
sounds good, thank you.
Thank
Something
you.
I wanna add too, because this is a deed restricted community, yeah, anything you do, you wanna ask,
Yeah.
beforehand, of course. And also you mentioned other houses, different fences. Chances are that neighbor, first of all, wasn't grandfathered in, and then that neighbor's in violation. So like if you say, man, that looks really nice, I'm gonna do that, check first in the office to make sure it's something approved. So maybe you don't run into a whole situation. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I wanna just address an item, and we'll close it out, folks. I just wanted to make sure that people that are new here tonight can now understand the process. I wanna make sure that everybody understands that our HOA, we ended up basically having a new attorney, with this whole election, thing that was taking place. The attorney that we have, basically, he's the one that oversees the election, make sure enforce our bylaws, make sure that we are basically in control with the bylaws and everything. So everything that we do here as a board is actually legit, following the bylaws. Like I said before, back in the days, we used to allow every single member to get on the ballot. With that said, there was a member of the association, or group of people, that sued the association.
Excuse me, if you're gonna talk about
Excuse
that,
me,
we have
I
clarity
got the
on
floor
this.
now. I got the floor. There was a group of people that actually challenged that system. That system was we had to basically go to court. The board decided to basically take a chance to go to court and decided, you know what, because we've been doing this for 30+ years, allow every single person to be on the ballot. We thought that everything was okay, so we took it to court. The Department of Business decided they need to fix. You have bylaws in place, make sure you follow the guidelines, that type of deal, and there should not be no problem moving forward. That's what our attorney that we have since the project that we have right now, we have any issues, there have been no lawsuits, and everything that we do is legal, and we're gonna continue doing and follow the bylaws based on what our docs state, okay? So with that said, folks, I wanna make sure that everybody's in the clear, I wanna make sure everybody's in the clear. Excuse me, sir. I wanna make sure everybody's in the clear, moving forward, because this is the way the elections have been, will be run, moving forward, following the ballot process. Thank you.
Tony, may I make a couple of
That's not quite correct,
administrative
though.
responses to some
Yes, sir.
things that were said and clear things?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Everett, the reserve study, we have signed a contract, so that's forthcoming. I will be getting with that company to do a complete reserve study. The telecommunications windfall is because the manager, got with consultants and I was looking for sources of income, and we found a wonderful source of income by renewing the telecommunications license for Spectrum and for Frontier. And that net us some money. The numbers you see in the report do not include the commission we have to pay the contractor to help us do that. But there is a sum of money that we have acquired, which the board will determine what to do with that money. And we'll look at reserves after we get the reserve study done. So there's a lot of things happening financially. As to the report, as I unfortunately had to mention in a couple of meetings, we have a system problem with we have to go to the cloud, and it keeps picking up bad data to put on the budget side of the report. But the correct numbers are the ones we have expended. So when you see an expense item, it is correct. What you don't see is the system keeps screwing up the budget. So we're working to get that corrected. It's just been difficulty with going to this cloud program that we've had to do. So we'll work on that, so there is no new budget or anything like that. Again, to Ms. Goody's point, the bylaws clearly state that the secretary does not have to be a member of the community and is not a director. So we can select a non-homeowner to be a secretary. Reggie is not on the board.
That's
He is
true,
a secretary.
but he
He's an
can't
officer.
vote.
He doesn't vote.
Well, on all the proxies, you have secretary, SEC.
He is a proxy.
Then
He is
who-
voting on behalf of the homeowner. Anybody can be a proxy.
Not a membership organization.
Okay, well, that, I just wanted to touch on those.
That's it. Thank you, Rob, for that clarification. Reggie, anything you wanna add? Anybody good? Jill, anybody else? Rob, good? And Victoria, you good? Victor, anything you guys wanna add before we close it out?
Good, thank you.
All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We appreciate it. You guys enjoy the rest of the summer. Please be safe and enjoy the rest of your summer. Thank you.